So firstly we're going to take our Scotch finger biscuits, which are a shortbread biscuit, and we're then going to crush them finely so they look like this. This is for the base. So we're then going to add our Biscoff. We're going to put that into the bowl and we're going to mix that through until it becomes quite a dry mixture. You just got to keep mixing it through until you get this very dry consistency. So it almost comes together like a powder mixture. And once you get to that stage, we're going to add our melted butter. And the melted butter, of course, is what brings it all together so that we can press it into a tin, because this is what will make the base of this beautiful pudding. So it almost takes on the effect of a thick, dry powder. So when we've got to this point, and it looks like this, when you press it down, it sort of keeps its position. Then you know that you've got the right consistency, and that when we put it into our baking dish, it's going to hold its shape. Now this isn't a dry base at all. It's got quite a nice crunchy, crumbly consistency to it, and it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to do this with my fingers so I can check it. Yes, that's perfect. So now we're going to take our baking dish. It's a 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter baking dish, and we're simply going to put some baking paper across the center of it so that it's easy to lift out once it's finished. Now there's no baking involved in this. We're simply doing the base, and we're going to refrigerate that so that it hardens off, and then we're going to put the filling on the top and just let it set. It's that simple, and it really is a bakery style dessert. So this is very, very, very quick. We're going to take our apricot halves. You can use peaches if you like. And then we're going to put them into a bowl, and we're going to add our condensed milk to the bowl. And then I'm going to use a stick mixer, and I'm simply going to mix these two together until we get a liquid. So I'm just doing intermittent pulses to begin with, just to get that into a combined consistency, and then obviously we'll do it thicker just to bring it all together into a nice creamy mixture. And this is what it should look like, just like that. So next we're simply going to put our milk into a pan, and we're going to put it onto a high heat until it gets to boiling. Meanwhile, we're going to add custard powder to our apricot cream, and we're just going to use a silicone whisk, and we're going to whisk all that in until there's no longer any residue of the powder. Just give it a really good whisk. Make sure you get all that powder from the edges and combine it. And as you can see, it has taken on a slightly thicker form at this point. And once that's done, we're going to check onto our milk and make sure that it's starting to bubble. So now we're just going to add our apricot cream mix, and we're going to stir that vigorously until we get a beautiful velvety consistency. You may have to pop your hot plate down a little bit so that it doesn't form lumps. And once you get that beautiful thick consistency, we're simply going to take our base from the refrigerator, and we're going to pour this mixture onto the base. See, now this is the thickness that you want. If you can see that, make sure you scrape the pan out and put the whole mixture on so that it looks like this. Now I like to keep some apricots back and just decorate the top a little bit and put a little bit of grated chocolate on so that it looks like this. That is totally optional. You don't have to do that. You can have it plain if you like. And then we're simply going to pop this into the refrigerator for about 2 hours. And then we're just going to take it out. We're just going to lift it out with that parchment paper. And this is what we get. It is absolutely beautifully set. And it holds together lovely. So let's just cut a slice so you can see. Look at that. You have to try this one. It's beautiful.